Here's a word problem with debits and credits, also known as expenses and revenues. Nate is making and selling soda bread for St. Baldrick's. He is renting a table at the Sherman Green for $30. It costs him $3 per loaf for the ingredients for the soda bread. If he sells the bread for $7 a loaf, how many loaves must he sell to make a profit? So we are going to make our let statement. So say let X equal the number of loaves he must sell. And then we're going to set up each side of the inequality with expenses on one side and revenues on the other. So let's go back and take a look at the word problem. So the expenses are what it's going to cost Nate, what he's got to pay out of pocket. So he has to pay $30 for Sherman Green, and he also has to pay $3 per loaf for the ingredients. Now, he's going to sell the loaves for $7. So $7 a loaf. And now we need to figure out what is the inequality. So we want the revenues, what he is going to be earning, to be more than the expenses. So we have to make it a less than sign based on the way we set up the inequality. So this says 30 plus 3x is less than 7x. You could have set up the revenues on the left-hand side and said 7x is greater than 30 plus 3x as well. So now we're just going to solve it by subtracting 3x from both sides. We have 30 is less than 4x. Divide both sides by 4. And we have 7.5 is less than x. So your context sentence would be Nate must sell more than 7 loaves, or you could say Nate must sell at least 8 loaves. Here's one more practice problem. Bob is making Pinewood Derby cars. It costs him $5 for each kit and $22 for a large bag of additional weights. If he sells the cars for $10 each, how many cars will he need to sell to make a profit? Each kit contains 1 car. So we'll set this up with the profit on this side. So we have 10x. Let x equal number of cars. So 10x is greater than 5x plus $22. So you're going to subtract 5x. So you have 5x is greater than 22. And divide by 5, and x is greater than 4 2/5, or 4.4. So Bob must sell at least 5 cars. So the key here really is just to remember to set up over here on one side, you're going to have your revenues, and on the other side, you have all your expenses. And your expenses are being added together, and then they will be subtracted from the revenues as you're solving.